Alrighty, welcome everybody. I hope you guys are ready to do some stamping tonight, or at least watch me do some stamping and creating some cards. My name is Julie Brown. My business is called Julie's Creative Stamping, and welcome. I am so happy to have you here tonight. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I am so happy that you guys are here with me. Now, if it's your first time joining me, and you're not used to Facebook or YouTube, just know that if you have any questions or if you want to let me know you're here, you can just type them in the comments and hit enter, and I usually see them. I try to look up once in a while from what I'm doing to look up and see who's here and who's got any questions. So while I'm waiting for people to get on, I'm going to go over some housekeeping really quick. So for those of you that will be placing orders with me that are in my monthly club, there's the hostess code listed right there. You can order through me at juliebrown.stampinup.net. And then that has my email, my Pinterest, Facebook, and Instagram. The only one that's a little bit different is my YouTube channel. It is juliebrown.julie's Creative Stamping. And then my blog is juliescreativestamping.com. I have a lot of really fun articles on there, some past cards that I've made. I'll be honest, I haven't updated cards on there lately because I'm still building it, and I've been working kind of on the back end on my blog for a little bit. But I'd love for you to go in there, take a look around, see what all I have available in there for you. Alrighty, the other thing I want to cover tonight is we are running out of time for the May starter kit. We only have a couple more days for this. And so for those of you that have been thinking about joining Stampin' Up! Up until May 31st, you can join for $99. You get $125 worth of products that you get to pick, plus you get this wonderful starter kit with all of the new in colors. So you're going to get the stamp pads, the designer series paper, the cardstock, and the Stampin' Right markers. And that's about an $82 value. So basically for $99, you're going to get over $200 worth of product. So it's a really good deal for anyone who's been thinking about joining. Love to have you on my team if you don't already have a demonstrator that you've been working with. But I wanted to put that out there to you. All right, so let's look at what we're going to be working with tonight. And the reason I picked this one, and I know it's been around, and I know a lot of you have probably seen this, but this is one of our online exclusives. You're not going to find this in any of our catalogs. It is just online. You can go online to Stampin' Up, or you can go to mine, Julie's, sorry, the one I just listed. Hey Mel, but this is an online exclusive, and because it's an online exclusive, again, it's not in a catalog. You have to go to stampinup.com and find it there. So the suite, well, I'm going to go ahead and stick some numbers up for you just in case you watch this tonight, decide that you love it. Now, I am going to let you know the suite right now is on low inventory. Now, the way that the online exclusives work is that sometimes they'll bring them back when they run out of them. Sometimes they won't. So there's no guarantee that they will be available all the time, like the stuff in our annual catalog is there all year round. But I do want to give you a heads up. So that is the number for the suite. And then within the suite, you're going to have the Latte Love Bundle. And that is the stamp set and the dies. So let's look at the suite really quick, and then we're going to get started because we got 4 cards to make tonight. So the suite comes with this really fun polka dot ribbon. Love it. It comes with, I don't know if you guys can see these on the camera, but it comes with these dots, and they have swirls in them. So they're a lot of fun too. I just realized I don't have my lights up and running. Hey, maybe that'll help. And then, like I said, this is that bundle. Let me push that so you can get that number again. And the bundle includes the stamp set and the dies. The suite includes everything that I'm showing you. And then you'll have to excuse me on the paper because I have been making a lot of cards with this set. I only have partials of the paper, but this is everything that it has. It has like these coffee drop stains. It has these stripes. It has the cups, like from the side view, it has the cups looking down. Anyway, this is the designer series paper, and I love it. I've made an album with this. I've made several cards with this. So I am actually really liking this paper a lot. All right, so let's get started with our first card. And our first card is going to be, yeah, I'm going to do the fun fold first. And the one thing I also want to point out to you guys is that sometimes you like the paper, you like everything, and you don't like the stamp set. So what I decided to do tonight is I'm going to be bringing in some different stamp sets, different dies, just to show you guys how you can still use the paper, use the stamp sets if you want those, and still make some really fun cards with this set. All right, so we are going to be starting out, and I am going to be giving you measurements. Let me see if I can get this where it'll show you the measurements as I do them. Maybe not. Okay, so this piece of paper is cut at 4 1/4 by 9 3/4, and it is scored at 4 1/4 right here, so that it folds like this. All right. Also, as you guys watch this tonight, any of my online classes, I am now offering that if you like the cards and you want the card kits, you will have from tonight until next Wednesday, June 5th, if you place an order with me of $40 or more, I will mail you all of these card kits with all the pieces. Now, the only thing I cannot do is stamp any of the sentiments or the images for you, so that you will have to either have something at home that you can stamp and fill in, or, you know, if you've got the paper, whatever you have. So just to let you know, that's how that's going to work. All right. So what I'm going to do is I am going to work kind of on the inside first a little bit. And so for the inside, I have a piece of Lost Lagoon, if I could talk tonight. And this is, I believe, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So we're going to go ahead and just, oh, sorry. I always do this wrong. Not wrong, but I always forget. We're going to have a little flap. And so I need this flap to be on here before I put this piece down. And the best way that I have found to do it so that I can get the piece lined up correctly is I'm just going to glue this onto the back of this piece. That way I know that I'm going to be able to get it lined up properly. It also gives me the chance to get this centered the way I want it first. So I'm going to just kind of attach that to the back. Then I am going to come in and I am going to go over this with my Stampin' Seal Plus. And if you guys like liquid glue, you can use liquid glue at this point. And then this will allow me to get all of my, get it all straight on here. Okay. So we're going to set that there. I'm going to do some stamping on this. I am going to be bringing in the little coffee stain stamp from the stamp set. And I'm going to be using some pecan pie ink. And just over here on this right-hand side, I am going to just stamp like 3 of these over here. And I'm just going to kind of move them so they don't look exactly the same. Okay, just that simple. Hey, Susie. Hey, Mel. Okay, so like I told you before, you know, any of these classes that I do online, sometimes you guys don't have this paper or these stamp sets. So I'm going to be bringing in different stamp sets throughout the night just to show you how you can get all of this put together. So this is a retired one. It's called Notes of Nature. It was in the mini catalog, but you guys know me. I like these. I call them grunge because it allows me to make some really fun backgrounds. So these are some of my favorite ones. So if you guys got this one, then this is going to be one that you could absolutely use on this, for this card, like I'm doing. So I'm going to bring in some Lost Lagoon ink. And like I said, I'm going to be using dies. And I decided, you know, it's good for me to use some dies that maybe have retired because you guys might have them on hand. So over here on the left-hand side, we're gonna stamp this that says, "Today is all about you. Happy birthday." Let's see if I can do this straight. There we go. And bring in my chamois to clean this. Yeah, Susie, this is a really fun set. And I don't even drink coffee, and I like this set. So then what I decided that I wanted to do for this is I went on that designer series paper and I just fussy cut around this because I wanted this to be on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of glue this down here, but I'm going to glue it off. Let me bring in a silicone mat so that I don't get glue on the glass one. I can get glue on the glass mat, by the way, but I don't want to because I'm working on it tonight. So I'm going to bring in my silicone mat, and then I'm just going to put some glue on this, and then we are just going to stick this down like so. I think I want the handle to be on it. And I'm just going to push that down. And what's nice about having this silicone mat underneath it is I'll be able to pick this up and move it. Now I have about 5 of these silicone mats. So because I do online presentations, that way, because I would just clean this off very quickly and then move on. But because I really don't have time for things to dry, I have several of these mats so that I can move forward with my online card making. But normally I would bring in, and I'm actually going to show you how easily this cleans up for those of you that are not familiar with silicone mats. So that's just going to clean that. But of course that's wet, so I can't set anything down on it. So I'm just going to set that to the side, and if I need another one, I'll pull out one of my dry ones. What do they call that? The magic of TV. So now we're just going to take this, and we are going to put this on the inside of the card. I'm kind of working from the inside out with this card. Alrighty. So again, we're just going to leave a little bit of space, like a little bit of a border around that. Okay. Then I have cut a piece that is 1 1/8 by 3, and that's going to go on the front of this. Now, because I did this first, I want to make sure that I score this really good with my bone folder so that it stays shut. I probably should have not put it quite as close to that, but I did, so we'll be dealing with it. So now I'm just going to take this. And again, if you like liquid glue, use your liquid glue, whatever is the glue that you like the best. And this is just going to fit right on here. Yeah, Mel, these colors are really cool. I like these colors a lot. So that's going to fit like so. Okay, so now we're going to work on this front section before I finish this over here. And for this, I just brought in a piece of Lost Lagoon that is 4 1/8 by 4 1/8. And we're just going to stick that down on the front of the card. Like so, leaving just a smidgen of a area around. And this, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's like you're looking down into the coffee cup. Or I guess you could, for people like me who do not drink coffee, that could be hot chocolate. Either way. Alrighty, so this is going to go on like so. And we're just going to bring this in. And let's see, maybe do it this way. We're going to do a lot of fun cards tonight because with the dies, I'm able to cut out some really cool things. For this one, and the reason I'm doing this one with all the fussy cutting, because just in case, you know, someone out there doesn't have the dies for this set, I wanted to show you that you could do this and not have the dies. Okay, so then what I did, again, I had the paper. If you have the paper, you can just fussy cut out a couple of these cups, and we're just going to kind of layer them like so. But you kind of want to make sure that you're just getting the glue on here. And so, because you don't want glue to be on the part of the cup that is above this. So this is just going to set right here. And then this one, I'm going to go ahead and bring in some glue over here and just kind of reinforce that just a little bit. And then that's going to overlap like so. Okay, so now we have our little cups on the front of our little tab. And then what I wanted to do for this, I'm going to bring in another one of the Note of Nature sentiments. And it's this one that says just a little note to say hello. And I'm going to grab myself some scrap white paper, because I'm always trying to teach you guys to use that up. And again, we're going to use Lost Lagoon ink. And we're going to ink that up. And I don't have to be like real specific because I'm going to be cutting this out. So again, don't have to be super careful. When you're using die labels to cut things out, you don't have to be like super careful. So let me move this out of the way while I bring in my baby. I call this my baby. And for this one, I'm going to use, and I know we can't get, I can't believe they got rid of these dies. They were in the mini catalog, and I'm so in love with them, but we're going to use one of these dies down here. Again, part of my purpose tonight is to show you this beautiful suite. And if you want to buy the suite, great. If you don't, I'm just going to, let's say you're just in love with the paper and you want to just do that, fine. But I'm trying to show you how I'm using some of my sentiment stamps that I have at home to design these cards. Sorry, I've got to put this down where I can see it a little bit better to get it to where it's gonna be even when it cuts. All right, so we're just gonna stick that in there and we're gonna run her through. Oh, hey, Shanine. So glad you're here. We are working with the little Latte. I'm going to put this up because we have new people here. We're working with the A Little Latte suite. This is an online suite, so it's not in any of your catalogs. You have to go online to find this. All right, so let's move this out of the way. And now I've got this fun little label. And like I said, I am using some sets that have retired. But again, I just want to show you guys how you can, you know, part of Stampin' Up! And part of enjoying card making is making sure you're using what you've already bought. So this is just going to go right there. And I'm just going to use this. I don't think I got that quite straight, but it'll do. So this is going to go up here, and then I'm going to bring in those really fun dots that have the swirls on them. And we're going to use the lighter color swirls. And we're just going to take 3 of these. And we're just going to stick those, like one there. Maybe one here. I always try to make kind of a triangle with these. Yep. Alrighty, guys, so there is card 1 with the little latte sweet. I did bring in the note of nature for the stamps, or for the sentiment, and the thoughtful expressions for the die. But what do you guys think? Card 1. How fun is that? And these pieces were just cut out of the designer series paper. So fun, right? Fun, fun. Alrighty, so now let's move on to the next one. Now the next one is, oh gosh, trying to think. The next one is just kind of, it's a pretty simple card, but I just wanted to use the designer series paper and bring in a lot of the parts and pieces for making this. Oh, I'm glad you guys like it. All right, so what we're gonna do on the inside of the card is we're gonna do some stamping here. And I keep having to get more blocks out because I don't have enough. I don't have all the, I thought I had all the stamps on the blocks, but I don't. But that's okay, we'll fix it. All right. So this is this one. And then I need one of the, and I need this one. Okay. Let me put that over there. Grab another block. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little, this is like the cup looking down at it, and we are going to ink it up with black Memento ink, and we are going to stamp this over in this corner. I know, I usually don't stamp on that side. I'm trying to think outside the box, people. All right, and then I'm gonna come in with the pecan pie for this centerpiece. And we're gonna ink this up. And that's gonna go, it's gonna go right in the middle of this. Okay, so far, that's what it looks like. I know you guys are thinking, it didn't cover the whole center. It didn't, but that's okay. I'm gonna show you how I fixed it. But I'm gonna do all my stamping first. Then I am gonna come in with these really fun, whoops, these really fun coffee beans and do the same thing. I'm gonna ink them up with black Memento ink. And then we're just gonna stamp these right there. And then I'm going to use the sentiment that is on that comes with the Latte Love that says, "Thanks so much." If I can find it. There it is. And we're gonna do this in early espresso ink, which I had sitting here for a little bit. Okay, so sorry, I am standing up every time I stamp lately because I've been having a hard time seeing if things are straight. And I think I just did that not straight. Oh, it's okay. It's like, whoo! I read your mind. How did I read your mind, Shanine? Oh, because you were like, I don't like that. Yeah. Was that the reading of the mind? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with some of the dark pecan pie blend, and I am just going to fill this in because your coffee or your hot chocolate, if you've ever, and I haven't spent a lot of time staring down at my drink, but I have done it once in a while. And notice that sometimes that outer ring can be a little bit different than the inner ring as far as like color. It just looks a little bit different. Now as this dries, it's going to blend better. So just hold on to your horses for a hot second. Then I'm going to come in with dark Calypso Coral. And I am going to, I'm going to do them. Oh, you know what? It's good for you guys to see that. Sometimes when you pull these out, this happens and you end up with this. And I have had so many people freak out when that happens. Don't freak out. Just go ahead and pull your tip off and just put it back in and all is well. All right, so now we're just going to color this in because this is actually our coffee mug. So we're just coloring it in, and let's see. Let me just get all the way around on this. And you'll see that as we start to color it in, everything starts to look a little bit better. Right? Or I hope it does for you guys. That's why I said, don't panic. It'll be fine. We're going to go ahead and color in the handle. And then what I'm going to do for the little coffee beans is I'm going to bring in our neutral, and this is the SU100. It's the deep, and I'm going to color in those coffee beans. Okay, so I'm just going to come in with this color, and we're just going to quickly like color in these beans. And we've got some other neutrals that are a lighter color, so if you did want it to be lighter. But this is the closest color that I have found to early espresso. So now we have our little coffee beans here. And so we have the inside of our card done. And so we're going to go ahead and we are going to put that on the inside. I don't know why I'm working from the inside out tonight, but I am. All right, so there's the inside. So now we'll start working on the front. And on the front, we are going to mat this as well. And so we're going to go ahead and put this Calypso Coral on the front. Oh, and I forgot to measure this for you. Sorry. I'm pretty sure this is like 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So that's going to go first. All right. Then this is going to go on top of that. Don't you? I love this splatter side, by the way. I'm going to use that on like the next card, I think, that I'm doing. And this is going to go on here. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit more stamping and coloring. So I'm going to come in with my black Memento ink again. And I know I used to do all of this for you, but I have had several people ask me to do things from start to finish because I have some new card making people that are watching. And so I'm trying to help them out with learning how to do this from start to finish. So I know I'm usually a lot faster, and for those of you that are used to watching me and love the fact that I just get through it really fast, I am going to be going a little bit slower now. And one of the reasons is because, again, like I said, if you do a $40 purchase, you're going to get all of these card kits. If you want to come back and watch this on either Facebook or YouTube later, you will have the opportunity to do that. And you won't have to, it won't be hard to follow that or to find it. Okay, so we're just going to do the whole Calypso Coral thing. Now, I would have done light and dark here, but my Calypso Coral light is missing an action. So I'm not sure where it is right now. I've done a lot of classes lately, so not sure where it ended up, but I looked up there just before we started and realized, uh-oh, it's not up there. But I'm gonna show you how to fix that. So if you run into the problem like I have run into here, where, you know, you kind of wanted it to be lighter, but all you have is one, I'm gonna show you the magic of how to fix that. And then this one is low on ink too. So sorry you're hearing all that squeaking, but that's what happens when they run low, and I'm pretty sure I don't have a replacement for this one right now. So let me just finish getting this all in here, which is kind of working out because I kind of wanted it to be a little bit lighter. Maybe not quite that much, but it'll work. Sorry for the squeaking, but I'll show you a way that we're gonna blend this a little bit better. And sometimes when that happens, when they run low like that, you can flip to the other side if you have a brush tip. And you can see my brush tip got ruined in a class. That's why I don't put them in my class anymore. All right, so there's that. So I'm going to do some stamping right here because a lot of people didn't understand that this stamp, let me grab this stamp right here, is what goes in the top of this. Go figure. So we're going to come in, where's that pecan pie again? And we're going to bring this in and stamp that on there. So that looks like your coffee in there. And then, again, you're going to want to fill in with the coffee cup. Okay. So because I didn't have a lighter color and I wanted some of this to be lighter, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my color lifter. So for those of you that are not aware of what this is the color lifter. And sorry, I'm looking for a piece of paper that I can wipe this off on. I'll just bring this in. And so what this does is it lifts the color. And so like I kind of wanted this to be a little lighter here. So I'm just going to kind of color that, or just put the color lifter in there. And then I am going to just kind of go through here, and I'm making some circular motions. And you're not going to see this happen all at once when you're doing it, but when you let this dry a little bit, and you can kind of see how it's lifting. Let me get closer if I can. Do you guys, whoops, that was way close. Can you guys see how it is lifting up some of that color? And it's taking some of that off of there. So this is a good way of, you know, if what just happened to me, you can't find your light, then you can just come in here and you can just lift this color back up, especially right there. Do you see how that got lighter right there? This one is a little dry as well. Let's try the brush tip side. Okay, so I'm just going to come in and we're going to just lift up some color. And this takes a little bit of time, so I'm not going to take all night long to do this, but I just kind of wanted to show you guys how you can use these color lifters to lift color and to give yourself that shaded look. Now I know the coloring doesn't look super smooth on this one because I was out of ink on my Calypso Coral. I apologized for that for you. Oops, went a little bit too close. Okay, so let's color in these, and then we're going to cut these out and they're going to go on the card front. So we're going to color in our coffee beans. So how many of you guys have actually used the color lifters? Like they're so handy to have when you're doing blending, because the other thing you can do is push color back in. So if I go outside the lines, that color lifter will allow me to push color sorry, back into where I want it. All right, so now let's bring in our die cut machine. We're going to cut these out, and then we're going to get to finish up this number 2 card. All right, so we've got this, and we need this die for this. And then we need the little, it takes me a while to figure out how to line that up, but we're going to cut out those little coffee beans. I like the coffee beans. I think they're super cute. Again, and I know a lot of you have heard me say this, but I'm not a coffee drinker. But I just need to tell you that there was a time in my life where someone, I walked into someone's house and I smelled coffee brewing, and it smelled divine. I was just like, oh my gosh, that is the best smell ever. And they're like, well, you know, it's coffee. Do you want to try it? And so I thought, yeah, you know, I'll try it. You know, this is when I was a teenager. And anyway, I tried the coffee and I was so disappointed because it did not taste anything like it smelled. And I was just, I think, you know, that ruined me forever for coffee, because it was such a disappointment for me, because the smell did not match the taste. Okay, so now we're going to bring our little card back in, now that we've cut that out. And this piece here is just going to kind of sit down here at the bottom with some coffee beans over here. So we're just going to glue this on to our card front. I tell you what, I'm having to really get used to being in 2 studios, because I've never worried about running out of a blend before, because I always have an extra set. Well, guess what? My extra set is in Albuquerque. So I think I'm gonna put these so that they overlap. All right, and then the next thing that we're going to do is we're gonna build this little fun carafe. So I've already cut out all these little fun pieces. So now we're just gonna put this together and build this cute little carafe. That's using those dies that are super cute. So that's going to fit like so. And then this is going to come in and fit right on there like that. So I'm just going to do this part right now, because I'll put the glue on the other parts as I put it onto the card front. How fun is this set? It is so cute. Okay, and then this is going to fit on the top up here. Again, I'm just going to put the glue on this little bottom section. So Mel, you've used the color lifter. Good, you good. It works really good. And that's going to go like so. And then I'm just going to take some more liquid glue. And we're going to bring this in, and we're going to put this kind of at an angle so that it looks like it's fixing to pour into the cup. Then we're going to bring in, where's it at? So this little stamp can either be steam, or in this case, I'm going to make it look like it's coming out of here and it's pouring into there. So we can, so this is, I call this a multi-purpose stamp. because in some of my cards I've used this as steam, but for this card, and again, this is where the photopolymer comes in handy, because you can get it lined up as real close to the tip of that carafe. And then make it look like it's pouring into the cup. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in, this is a little tiny sentiment that's in the stamp set. And it says, "This one's on me." So I'm going to put this right here, because I thought this would be a fun card if you've got people that like Starbucks and people that have done something good for you, that you could send them this card with the, "This one's on me," and put a little gift card inside of it. I didn't make a gift card holder, but you could. You could. Okay, we're not finished though, because I also wanted to add just a little bit of the ribbon. And so I'm going to bring this ribbon in. And we're going to cut it like so. And then I'm going to use some glue dots here to put this down in place. Just kind of see where I want this. So we're just going to stick a glue dot there. Take this one, stick a glue dot there. And then we're just going to stick that down like so. Then I'm not done. Then we're going to come in with some of these dots, and we're going to use the darker ones this time. And I think I'm going to put 5 on this card. I know, aren't these dies just, they're so stinking cute. So cute. So we're going to do kind of our little triangle up here. And then we're going to put 2 on each side here of the ribbon. So I'm going to put 1 there and 1 there. Alrighty. So there's that card. This one's on me. Oh, I need to come out more. There you go. This one's on me. Oh, hey, Janet. And then thanks so much. Now, I do want to show you, I did this exact same card, but I used the Hooray for You set. Remember that set? So, and mine fell apart, but I did it almost exactly the same, except of course my stripes were that way. But then I have a piece of white behind here, and this is, it has dimensionals behind it to pop it up. Now my piece has fallen apart, but the way this was going to work was they would pull this and they would still have the same cup underneath. Isn't that cute? So that is that Hooray for Surprises die that allows you to do this. And it's exactly the same. But I just wanted to show you kind of another version if you use that, if you have the Hooray for Dies, Hooray for Surprises set. Now mine, because I keep showing everybody, mine cannot be used for a card because it won't stay in place anymore. So, but I just wanted to show you 2 different versions. This one you don't need to do but see how when I use the color lifter on this one, how much better it did on that cup. So yeah, super cute. All right, are we ready for card 3? It's like dun dun dun. Okay, so card 3 is going to be a lot of stamping again, and I apologize. Like I said, I usually have a lot of this pre-done for you guys, but I've had so many people ask me to please do this from scratch. So I'm trying to make everybody happy, and I'm trying to go fast. Okay, so let's do the inside. So for the inside, and this is a good use for those, you know, the pieces of your designer series paper that is on the edge. this is what this one is. And so this is going to be, this is a good way to make sure you're using every bit of your designer series paper. Because even the ones that are on the edge, you can find an edge to put them on. And I did fussy cut that out. I could have cut it out with the dies, by the way. The dies do fit this. But I just fussy cut that out. And then we're going to do that thanks so much again stamp in Early Espresso ink. This card should go pretty quick besides the coloring. Okay. And let's clean that. All right. So we're going to do some stamping. And I should probably just go ahead and do the... We're also going to do some heat embossing on this one. So let me set that to the... Or actually, I'll just go ahead and put that on the inside of the card. But you see how it... Don't think any of your paper is wasted, because if you've got some of those images that are right on the edge, you can still use them in cards because you can do this type of thing with them. Are you proud of me, Susie? For telling people don't waste it, use it? All right. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so for the front of this card, we're actually going to do some stamping with this. This is basically kind of like that. It's like a stain. It's like a coffee stain. And so I am going to come in and I am just going to randomly stamp a few of these coffee stains onto this page. Like so. I'm so glad you're here with us, Janet. And then I'm going to come in with those coffee splotches that I used earlier. And this time I'm going to use crumb cake ink. Actually, what I think I'm going to do for this card is I'm going to put most of it together for you, and then I'm going to show you the card I did ahead of time so that we're not stuck here forever tonight. All right. So then we're just going to come in with some crumb cake ink, and we're just going to, and you guys know I do second, third, fourth generation stamping, right? That's how you get these lighter colors. Like so. And that's just going to give you a fun, splotchy looking card. All right. I'm going to do everything except color the cup, because you guys watched me already color a cup. So I'm not going to make you sit through that whole thing again. But I'll show you the finished card with the cup. How's that? Is that a good compromise for trying to get through this fast, but still help those that are just starting out in stamping? All right, so there's that. So then what I wanted to do was I wanted to take this piece of paper and I wanted to tear it and just give it a fun edge. And I want the white to show. So when you want the white to show on the top, you're going to tear it towards you. If I didn't want the white to show, I would be pushing it down and tearing away from me. Just a little bit of info there for you. Okay, so there's that. And so I'm just going to kind of stick this. We're being very abstract with this one. All right. So this one I'm going to kind of put, let's see, about like that. Now then I have this piece here, Now, I have this fun little tool that I've had for forever, and I apologize if you guys don't have this tool. This, you know what? This would be a great tool for Stampin' Up! To add to our Take Your Pick tool. So basically, this is just, it's got razor blades in it, but what it does is it just roughs up the paper. And that's what I'm doing. Now, you can also do this. Let me see if I have, you can also do this with, it doesn't work quite as good, but you can do it with like a file as well. If you don't have one of these, you can use a kind of a rough file and do the same thing. So I'm just gonna do this really quickly, but I just wanted this to be kind of a more grungy type card. I don't know why I call it grungy, because grungy is not a good word, but it doesn't put a good picture in your mind, right? So we are going to have that, and then again we're going to just flip that over, and we're going to put some, I'm going to put Stampin' Seal Plus. You guys use whatever makes you happy. I'm going to start at this top edge so that I make sure I get it right on that edge up there. Want it down a little lower. And we're just going to cover that like so. Okay. Then I am gonna do the stamp with the stamp, the embossing. I do have that here to do that. So for those of you that are not familiar with heat embossing, we have what's called an embossing additions kit. I would highly suggest you get it, because this embossing buddy makes your life so much easier when you're heat embossing. So you rub this down first. Then you bring in your Versamark ink and find, I'm going to put the sentiment from the stamps set that says, "You're the best part of my day." And I'm just going to stamp this right in the center. And like I told you guys before, I showed you this before, you want to make sure that you can see that really well on there, because that means that you've got a good covering of that Versamark ink, which is the sticky ink, which is what this powder that we're fixing to do covers. Okay, so we're just gonna put that on there, and like I told you before, see how that the word part doesn't have a lot of powder on it? You're gonna want to do this again and make sure that it has a really good covering on there. So when you're doing this, you guys want to make sure that you're getting a good coverage of the powder. And I don't have any of my tweezers, any of my stuff I usually have. So I'm going to heat up the heat tool. So give me just a second. Another part of making this work well is that you let your heat tool get hot. Oh, Shanine, great. They can get the tool on Amazon. Great. So that little tool that I use to rough that up, they do sell on Amazon. Thank you for that, Shanine. I've had mine for forever. And as you can see, it turns to a glossy color or glossy shade. And you want to stop as soon as all of it is glossy. You don't want to keep going, because you can put too much heat on it and then it kind of melts part of it away. So for this one, I'm going to bring in the a different die set. And it is the Stylish Shape dies. You guys know I love anything with stitching. I love. You guys all know that, right? Most of you know that about me. And I believe I used the third or fourth one, fourth one from the fourth largest from the bottom, from the smallest. So we're just going to stick this on here and we're going to run this through. Then we're going to put this on the card. And like I said, there's a cup that I did stamp and color as well. And I'm not going to take the time to do that since you've already seen me color a cup tonight. But, you know, if you guys do decide you want the card kits and you do make that purchase, then you can, if you need help with it, just call me and I'll help you with doing that. So basically, this is going to sit up here and we're going to pop this up with dimensionals. If I can find dimensionals. Just when you think you know where all your stuff is, it is inevitable that if you're going online to do something live, it leaves your desk. I don't know how, but it does. Okay, so then you would just pop this up. And this one, and then this one I went straight on here. And I want it to kind of come over here. Like so. Okay. Then I would have stamped on another piece of Very Vanilla and I would have colored that cup. And so this is what it ends up looking like with the cup. Oh, and I forgot, I stamped, I needed the cup to be there, but then I remember that I told you that little dual purpose stamp. I took this stamp and I stamped so that it looks like the steam is coming up from the cup. What do you think? There's my grunge card. Yeah, super cute. Super, 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 super cute. Okay, last but not least, this is the one that has a lot of parts and pieces, but we're going to get this put together pretty quickly. If I can find, I forgot I needed something here. And I thought I had them sitting right here, but of course they are now missing in action. Oh my gosh. Okay, no worries. I have a solution for it already. Okay, so this, again, all the parts and pieces have been pre-cut. And so we are just going to start putting this one together. Again, we're going to start with the inside. And so I wanted to, oh, that like doesn't fit. Apparently, I forgot to cut it down. Okay, so we're going to do a 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Oh, I'm glad you guys like it. I don't know why I like grunge, but I do like the grunge looks, you know? Something demented within me. All right. And then we need a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 to go on that. And then I pre-cut out of our foils a little coffee mug. And so I've got to make sure I get these because I need 2 that go the same direction. Okay, so this little coffee mug I cut out with the dies. Oh, hey, Flora. Okay, and so this is going to go on down here. You're getting in for the last card. You've missed the first 3 unless you've just been silently watching. Okay, and so for this one, again, I'm trying to, you know, I love all the sentiments that are on the set, but just in case you want to change it up, I'm going to use this Hope Your Day is a Happy one from the So Sincere set. Oh, I think I already put that on a... We're going to stamp it in Early Espresso ink. And this will be the inside. Voila! That's the great thing is, you know, you guys know I love sentiment stamps, and this is the reason why, is because if I ever want to change something up and I want the card to be a little bit different, but I love this set with all the coffee cups and all this stuff. I really wanted this set, but I needed a birthday card. So that's why I have all the sentiments. That's why I collect them. I have to admit, I am a collector of sentiment stamps. Oh, good, you have been. All right, because I know you like this set a lot, Flora. So. Okay, so there's the inside. So on the front, what we are going to do is, trying to decide how I want to do this. Gosh, I wish I could find... So basically what I am missing here, guys, is the brads that we have, that we sell. You know, that it's the square and the round. I'm missing that, and I need it for this card. But I'm going to show you, obviously I'm going to show you how to do it differently without the brads, because I connected. You'll understand what I'm talking about in a minute. So hold on one second. So yeah, Stampin' Up! Has a little, some of their embellishments are square and round black and white brads. And I did use them on this particular, now is that, oh, okay. Sorry, I've been cutting them all 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So I thought, gosh, that looks like a wide, margin on the sides. Gosh, I can't get things set down straight tonight. All right, there's that. Then we're going to come in with this really fun coffee bean paper. I love it. And we are going to not put this on there yet, because I need to wrap ribbon. And what have I always told you guys about that? Make sure you wrap your ribbon before you put it on, right? So basically, I'm just going to kind of center this, this, whatever you call this, the splotches. I think that's one of the reasons I really like this set, is because of the coffee stain and the splotches, because I like that type of stamp. But I just want you guys to know, I am having a blast creating these cards, even though I don't drink coffee. I don't think you have to be a coffee drinker to love this set. I'm proof of it. Okay, come on. It's like this is not cooperating with me tonight. We are almost done. Oh, sorry. So this was 4 by 5 1/4. This one right here is 3 3/4 by 5. And this one is 3 3/4 by, so this one is 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. Forgot I was going to tell you guys the sizes tonight. Okay, so then what I wanted to do is I wanted to wrap this ribbon around this before I put it on here. Now this is a really thick ribbon, and so if you don't want to wrap it, what you can do is, you know, use some glue dots to put this in place and just trim it right on that edge, because it does stay pretty put together. So you could just, you know, go like right there and lay some glue dots down. And that's probably what I'm going to do, I think, this time. I just can't ever lay glue dots straight. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not good at getting them on here straight. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you a little trick. If you're like me and you're bad at getting things straight, especially ribbon. So I'm going to just lay that down, and I'm going to overlap it just a bit because it's angled. Then I'm going to come in and I'm going to grab another glue dot, and I'm going to get my ribbon straight and then just stick that right on that edge right there. and lay that down there. Now, I'm going to be putting other stuff on top of this ribbon, so I don't have to worry about a bunch of other glue dots. But if I did, then what I would do is I would gently kind of lift this up and stick glue dots and then lay it down. Make sense? And then you're going to come in with your snips and you're just going to snip it. And that way you don't have to wrap this really thick paper, so that your cards will lay a little bit better, or this will lay a little bit better on that card front. All right, sorry. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and we are going to put that on the card front. Then we are going to build the other carafe that you can build with this. But what I did for this one, and I'm going to bring in my silicone mat because it's going to be really hard to see for you to see, because I cut one of the pieces out of window sheet. Can you see it if I set it there? No, not really. Okay, sorry. Okay, so this piece here is a window sheet piece. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue on the pieces that basically touch, I got some underneath there, that basically touch that window sheet. So now I'm going to take that window sheet and it's okay if you do what I just did and you get glue kind of where you don't want it, because it does dry clear. Okay, so that's on like that. And then, actually I should have put this piece on first. We're going to have to try to squeeze this piece in there, and we might be able to put it in the back. I'm thinking, yeah, I think we can put, sorry, I'm thinking, I'm going to put some glue there, and then I'm going to put this down, because this is kind of supposed to be like the coffee that's inside of this carafe. But we're going to put it on the back side there, so that it looks like there's coffee in that carafe. Trying to see if I popped this up. I think I did. Okay, so now the trick is we want this to pop up over that ribbon. And so I'm going to come in with my foam strips, because these need to be really tiny thin pieces. So I'm just going to put like one piece here, and they don't have to like cover the whole thing, as far as it doesn't have to go down the whole handle. Okay, and then I can put a piece right across there, and that's going to help hold that window sheet. And then I've got this little piece that I can actually put on the back of this. And then I'm going to get one more piece to go there. And I'm going to trim that. And then I need just a little itty bitty piece for the top. Let me see if I can get that to cut as small as I want it to be. Look at that. I love it when a plan comes together. Okay, I think that's actually sufficient for this to hold on, but I am going to push these down pretty hard before I pull that paper off, because I don't want any of that to come up. So now I'm just going to come in with my take your pick tool and get that paper off of there. And then again, these are ways to add dimension to your cards. Move this out of the way because it has glue on it. And because I have a kabillion of them, right? All right, so this is going to, I want it to have its feet right there. I think I want this. Don't do that. I think I want it over just a bit. Okay, so now that's popped up. Fun. Okay, so now I'm going to hang my coffee mugs. Now what I did when I had my brads, I actually, before I put this piece down, I actually stuck my brads in place to hold those cups up. So I did that before I put the coffee bean piece actually on the card front. But because I can't find my brads, I'm going to show you something else you can do. So these coffee cups are going to be like hanging out here. So this is if I can get, it's like I'm always losing stuff. So let me see if I can. Now this isn't going to be ideal because it would be better if I had but I'm just going to come in with a white gel pen and I'm just going to draw 2 circles. So it makes it look like those coffee cups are hanging on something. See, you can always come up with a solution. All right. And then to finish this off, I'm going to pull in, I thought I had a piece, yeah. I am going to pull in, let's see, the Unbounded Love set, because I want this happy birthday. Oh, I already have it. I already have it out. It's already on. It's somewhere. Let me find it, and we're going to do Early Espresso ink with this one. And then we are going to fussy cut. Oh, thanks, Flora. That's so sweet. Let's see. Okay. So now I'm going to just come in and we are going to, so for those of you that are beginners and you hear us stamping up people, always saying fussy cut. Basically what fussy cut means is you don't have to be exact. You're fussying it. You're fussy cutting it. So you're just kind of like, I'm just trying to follow the contours of these letters, but I'm keeping an edge around it. I'm not cutting like directly on an edge. So fussy cutting just means you don't have to be exact. You can be a little messy about the way that you cut it, which, you know, takes away my anxiety for cutting things for sure. I don't know about everybody else's, but definitely takes my anxiety. I am not a exact cutter. I'm not that good at it. All right. So then we've got that little happy birthday. Sorry, I'm going to try to move all this stuff off. I'm getting 20 million things. All right. And then this is just, and you can choose to pop that up, or you can choose to just adhere it right to the ribbon. And so I think I'm going to go ahead and adhere it to the ribbon. I'm actually okay with that. So I'm just going to put quite a bit of liquid glue here on that ribbon. I mean, I think I'll be able to, if I absolutely hate it, I can add some dimensionals behind it later. All right, guys, there you go. It says happy birthday. We have a fun carafe that has, it's clear. And I know you guys may not be able to see it real well, but it's really cute on the card. And then because I couldn't find my brads, I drew in the dots. And so that says happy birthday. Hope your day is a happy one. All right, so let's look at the 4 cards that we did tonight with this suite. Oh. And our fun fold. So there you guys go. So for those of you that have this suite already, I hope I gave you some ideas for how to make some cards with that. For those of you that don't have this set, again, this is an online set. It is not in a catalog. That's the number for it right there. For anybody who places an order through me from tonight until next Wednesday, June 5th, I will send you all of the card kits except for the stamping, but I will cut out all of these carafes for you. I will have all of, like this little cup down here. Anything that can be cut out will be in the kit. You'll get the card base, you'll get the designer series paper. The only pieces that are the pieces that I stamped, which is basically these 2 pieces. And those would be the only things that you do not have in your card kit. But again, you have to place the order between this evening and June 5th, and then you get these card kits for free when you do that. So the bundle, just the stamp set and the dies, is that number right there. And so yeah, so I hope you'll also get PDF instructions with pictures on how to put these cards together. So you get the 4 card kits and the PDF instructions. I always forget to say that. I don't know why. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the cards tonight. It's a really fun set. I hope the other thing that I'm hoping that tonight has done is to help encourage you guys to go online, to look at the online exclusives and see all of the fun sets that are there. Because we have a Xenia one there, we've got a trucking along one, some are just bundles, but some are entire suites that you guys aren't getting to see because you're not going to our online store and looking at that. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Again, for those of you that still need to place orders with me that are in my monthly club, there's the hostess code right there. And then, of course, you can order through me at juliebrown.stampinup.net. So anyway, guys, sorry this was a little longer. I mean, I went about 20 minutes over what I like to do. I like to stay within 45 minutes to an hour. But I hope you guys enjoyed these cards, and I hope you saw the potential of this suite. It's a really fun suite. And most importantly, I want you to look at these cards. And even if you don't have this suite, think of something you have at home that you can use these layouts. You guys know I have been really big on sketches lately. I just showed you 4 sketches. These can be considered sketches. You just have to change them up. Take these layouts, take where I've put things, and change it up and use paper that you have at home and stamps that you have at home. All right? So hopefully I'm trying to inspire you. I'm trying to teach you guys how to look at cards and say, oh, but I don't have that set, and I really don't have the budget to buy that set. That's fine. Use what you have at home, but use the same layouts that you just saw me do and do it at home and create your own cards. So anyway, guys, good night. I'm going to see some of you tomorrow for our Paper Pumpkin Alternative class. That starts at 10 o'clock in the morning, so I will be seeing some of you then. And guys, I appreciate you being here with me. It just really touches my heart that you guys give me so much of your time. Anyway, guys, I will see some of you tomorrow, and the rest of you